A very good afternoon to all my various audience, my dear students who are here with me, my faculty members, the guests. We welcome you to this webinar series. The speaker just before me, Dr. Pooja Diwan, has been talking about so much of positivity that we need to adopt and inculcate during this pandemic, the COVID-19. But then, as an academician, what we need to do? That's a very important factor. And that is where I would be elaborating on that what will be the role of ICT in education and teaching learning post-corona pandemic. Actually speaking, education is not the amount of information that is put into your brain. It is basically that we are contributing to the building of a human character making, help them and facilitate their assimilation of the ideas, and that is where one can stand on one's own feet. That is what we are referring to. So this noble act of teaching, which was once a calling, the teachers have always been a boon to the society. They not only hone the intellect, the aptitude, in fact, they chisel the personality of each and every individual. They have that Midas touch where they can influence the mind, the character, and in fact give the satisfaction of sparking the light of knowledge and dispelling the clouds of ignorance. What about this? We've been talking about Industry 4.0. We have been talking about all the other aspects in terms of 4.0. But then now comes the Education 4.0, where the learner would be epicenter and faculty would be facilitator only. So once we are referring the teaching learning as a process, so process comprises an input, a transformation, an output. It will have both in terms of the desirable output as well as the undesirable output. So let me go into this step by step, that we are against the needs of the current. Yes, there is a pandemic. Then what is going to be the future role? So that means the inputs that we have been imparting to the students, there will be a shift. Inputs in terms of the deliverables, that is the lectures, will present the e-content. Whole lot of responsibilities will lie on the academicians, the individuals who are into secondary source givers, the industry. And now these inputs, which itself, like rightly said by Dr. Pooja, is info pandemic, is going to run rights into the minds of the stakeholders. Then what will we have as a faculty to play the role? We will have to look into the conversion of this information so that we get the desirable outputs. That is the knowledge and the application. Not only have the access to the information of the data. And this e-learning, which is going to be the resultant of this, will have to be brought into the loop with the feedback, monetary control system, look into the corrective actions vis-a-vis the standards, wherein the regulatory bodies will also be playing a major role, take it effectively and efficiently. There could be various tools that the faculty will be using to give the inputs, like Google Classrooms, Zoom apps, WhatsApp, WebEx, and a whole lot of ICT tools. But let me tell you, these are only the tools. Your role nowhere becomes lesser. Now, what we are into the implications into this teaching learning process. At this level, we are juggling. Something you have seen, like in a circus, an individual has 5 balls in the hands. He is putting one into the air, trying to hold the another. And in this coordination, if any one falls, the entire process will go haywire. That means we are juggling at the level of inputs in the teaching learning process, the students, the faculty, the constraints of the infrastructure. We are also juggling at the level of taking action, assimilation of information, using remote pedagogy, the juggling of the stakeholders interested in the output of the students, the parents, the placement agencies, the students themselves, the juggling at the level of the management and control, the monitoring, the financial implication that we are going to do it. So now that means we are juggling. So let's take each step and understand the implications. So we're taking the first major stakeholder, that is at the level of the students. There has been implications in terms of equity and experience to the students that they had to deal with during this pandemic. Suddenly from the physical classroom, we shifted to online platform, and the tool of information, communication and technology, I rephrase it as integrating technology and the computers, the one teacher teaching different subjects, the responsibility of the syllabus coverage, adapting to the total virtual classroom, experiencing the infrastructural constraints. This is just the first aspect implication, that was the equity and the experience. Second major implication is the assessment of the students, the online assessments, widening the gap between the winners and the laggards, because there is so much of heterogeneity in the intellectual evolution of the students. The students are apprehensive of adopting. We are seeing so much of concerns which are coming in, say for example in the Delhi University, in terms of the open book examinations. On the other hand, in terms of the policymakers, the UGC has given a nod to the dual degree and encouraging the independent learning or the self-directed learning. Other aspect that we will be looking at is the students can now have access to the lectures from the professors of institutions of eminence, a very positive step towards. Now coming to the next major aspect is the implication for faculty. Teachers are adopting and adapting to technology that is shifting from the traditional method of teaching to the virtual classrooms, and the diversity does matter. They are sharing the teaching materials, but in terms of its quality, its access and availability to the students, it is looking for the remote aspect altogether. Now the entire syllabus, which was designed in terms of the credit hours for the physical classroom, directly shifted to the online platform. That is, we have 5 to 6 theory papers with weekly credit hours. The nature of the subjects have been different. That is a theory based, some are numerical based, some are skill based. And now when so much of aspects are coming in, going through the entire pedagogical approach, shifting to the remote control. Not only this, there has been infrastructural implications as well. The virtual labs that have to be conducted because physical labs are not available due to the corona pandemic. The selections of the tools that is effective itself, the faculty is juggling with it. Online connectivity issues due to heterogeneity. That means we need to look into this in terms of the divide, having the facility access at the urban areas and the rural areas, because students belong to the entire differential areas and their access to the infrastructure because of the geographical diversities. There are other implications as well now which are going to arise in terms of the educational system. Is there is definitely no doubt going to be a digital revolution. Students will have access to more global choices. So the entire education on that e-platform will be now looking into the comprehensive way would be e-learning, wherein we would be integrating the technology and the education. Another component would be coming in is the e-content that has to be developed now ensuring the quality and its deployment to the excess e-research, which will be both at advanced and the basic level. So we will have to be addressing all these parameters. So now the tools that we are going to use will have to definitely look into be addressing the time factor and the management of the time. The different subjects, their assessments and evaluation. There could be another component that we are referring to is the connectivity with the students through the online apps, the flipped classrooms, collaboration and connect with the stakeholders, the management and the control tools. That means we will have to be exposed and adopting and adapting to the whole lot of ICT tools. Another major aspect that is coming up and is becoming a concern for the faculty as a stakeholder is the connectivity with the students online through the apps. So this hyper-connectivity with the teacher only through technology is a matter of concern. The physical classroom and the conventional teaching method that we have been referring to and coming up to the other aspects is rightly said. We will have to look into the classroom management and the regularity in engaging onto the new platform. What about the peer learning? What about the observations as a tool? What about the students getting the belief and the faith, the conduct, the fairness and the impartiality, the value system, the teamwork and the conflict management, the attitude towards the students' difficulty that we have to handle and its excess because of the students' heterogeneity in terms of connecting to the technology. That means we will have to further move into the next stakeholder. So students at one end, second becomes the faculty in terms of the teaching learning process. The third becomes the basic, the statutory and the regulatory bodies, the UGC, the AICTE, etc. The connecting aspect with the parents who are now into a great concern. What about the industry connect? We are all working towards using the technology and the newer platforms which will become a part and will play a very major role in the future post-pandemic. In terms of the management and control system of the entire teaching learning process is that this online teaching learning process will have to revisit the infrastructure, the syllabus coverage, the other courses that we are going to be using to enhance and enrich the curriculum. All these needs to be accounted for. Definitely the responsibility of the quality of the teaching, learning and the skills, communicating the information to the stakeholders will lie more on the faculty and the students who will be assimilating it.